With nobody left to run the show, I wonder what the people here are supposed to do. I mean, their sovereigns up on the Renan homeworld, and all their lords were sent to Dana.
But Dohalim was a lord, right?
Only current acting lords have power. Renan society is quite strict about such matters.
Even if the other lords were still around, I doubt they'd be able to do much about the situation.
I wonder what they'd think if they were here to see Lenegis now. Balsif, Ganabelt, Almadria, and Volron. Now that I think of it, aside from Dohalim, we know next to nothing about the other lords.
Well, yeah, why would we? To us Danans, they were just enemies we needed to overthrow. Nothing more.
I know. But seeing Renans in their own city, going about their day-to-day lives, it gets you thinking.
It feels strange to imagine the lords living here too, you mean?
Yeah, a little.
If you're that curious about them, why not try inquiring with some of the locals? Every lord in their household has their share of supporters here on Lenegis. And luckily for us, the people here are unaware of the events on Dana, which means they should be more inclined to talk to us.
Yes! Yes!
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's perspective.
So even he might have had something he wanted to protect.
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
What?
Ganabelt was so horrible to people, yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganabelt also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district we went through.
Indeed, the effects of Lenegis' transformation.
Pardon me.
guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right, too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay. Ah!
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganath Haros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think about it, the families of Renan lords must see them differently than the rest of us.
Yeah, despite the brutality they're known for.
They must have had a lot on their shoulders, carrying all the weight and responsibilities of Renan society.
Renans live in a world where strength and power determine their position in the social hierarchy, so they tend to grow up fiercely competitive. But their loyalty to their people is also strong. It's what brings them together against outside forces, and nothing exemplifies that more than the Lords.
That's what makes them the guardians of all of Rena, so to speak.
Right. It's the same reason Balsif hated my guts, and Ganabelt went after you. Because we're threats to Rena.
Guess that makes you an even bigger oddball than we thought.
So, Alphen, have you gained anything from all of this?
Yeah. I think it's made me realize that the Lords were all people, too. Balsif and the others, they all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through life.
Yeah, but still, just because they had loved ones in their lives doesn't mean...
I know. What they did was horrible. I'm not trying to dispute that. But at the same time, they weren't incomprehensible monsters either. They were individuals, just like the rest of us. So I guess what I'm trying to say is...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters. Even if they did terrible things, they were still just people.
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danan doesn't make you a good person. And being a Renan doesn't make you a bad one. I think that's something we've all seen.
Xion and Dohalim definitely make a good case for it.
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that trust. As a fellow human being above all else.
There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfricht Milgras, the former Lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfricht whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Doe?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still... Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
place is beautiful!
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less. She would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renin oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Xion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen,
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're... with me. They're likely off. For their assistance.
Damn it! Lenegis soldiers!
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Oh! I am Lord Dohel, team of Elden Menencia. I command you.
Threats to the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
Resonate with you.
An astral beast!
That's my cue!
Fire support!
Shut him down!
No further.
Pierce evil!
Scream!
Freeze laser! Ready!
Rending you up.
Dragon Swarm! Megasonic It's over! We're not finished!
Going in.
Strike!
Take this.
You're
Do it,
finished!
Tiger Blade.
Execution!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegus hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegus before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
No choice! Strike! You're finished! You're finished! Here I come! They might.
These ones can run rings around us!
Burn! One more! Take this!
Lunar Arc.
Lewis, get it!
Hurricane Strike.
Lewis, get it!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Pummeling.
I'm not done!
Hitting pile driver!
Hurricane
You're
Strike.
mine!
Going in. Hurricane
Dragon
Strike.
Swarm!
Finish without
You're
a
mine!
You into dust!
Here! Now!
Falling storm.
Strike! You're
Elusive deity!
It's over! Take this!
Going in.
I'm not
face
done!
you.
Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity!
Make it rain.
Strike!
Dohalim. This one's got your name on it.
Ashes to ashes!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Discourteous, aren't you?
I'm not done!
This one only won't save you. Hurricane Strike.
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's
No
for.
further!
Get
Here
behind
I
me.
come. Got it! I'll leave it to you! You're mine!
Going in.
No escape!
Hurricane Strike.
It's
I'm
mine!
shot. Air pressure. Take this.
You're mine!
Hurricane Strike.
I'm
This
not
one's
done!
mine.
It's over!
On your
Far enough.
You're mine!
It's
It's over!
Look sharp. Not on my watch. I'm gone.
no dawn shall break.
Time to let it rip! You're mine! You're finished!
Look
Here I
sharp.
come!
Hurricane Strike.
Going in! I owe you one! Not today! You're mine!
Bloody howling!
Here I come! Lewis!
Take this.
Here I come!
Not save you. I'm gone. Take this.
Here I come!
I'll face you!
Time to shine.
You're mine! Strike!
Flaming meteor. I never miss.
Take this! Lewis, escape! Here!
Elusive deity! Demon Lash! Eagle Ray!
Here's a healing arc! Here goes!
Meteor.
Begin! It's over!
Take
Here's
this!
evil!
You're mine!
Too shy to come over. Glacial Rise.
Not today!
This one's
Take
mine.
this! I'm not done! Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Fire.
Soaring Blast!
Hurricane Strike.
There!
Annihilation!
Lewis, escape!
Blind you into dust!
Anything in order.
I'm ready!
All mine.
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Together, there is nothing that can stop us.
Indeed. As one, we are unrivaled.
And that is our great...
Let's dispose of the trash.
Oh, my Lord!
Hurricane strike! Smash you!
Like a tail! You're finished!
Fire support! Going in!
Take this!
Hurricane
Get
strike!
off!
Going in!
Take this!
That's it!
You're finished!
Shield and
Take this!
Primed and
Too
ready!
fast!
Far enough!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Take this! No escape!
Tiger Blade! Hurricane
You're
strike!
mine!
I'll grind you into dust! Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! No chance! I'm not done!
I'll face you. I'll grind you into dust.
Shattering
In a vine.
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't get careless.
Coming through.
Now you'll learn!
I'm only getting started!
I'm not done! Here! I won't show you any mercy! You got spirit!
I can carve through armor! Without a trace!
I'm not!
Ground and power!
Dragon Swarm! You're mine! No escape!
Eagle Ray!
Vacuum Blade! No escape!
Annihilation!
Eat dirt!
Hurricane strike!
Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Not so fast.
Time to shine!
I'll grind you into
You're
dust.
mine!
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
You're finished!
Hurricane strike! Into the shadows!
Dragon Swarm!
One more!
No escape!
Can't get out of this.
Hurricane strike!
A scream.
One more! Hurricane strike!
Shattering
This one's mine! I never miss!
Vacuum Blade!
Glacial steel!
Rupture! Burn!
Going in! One more!
Dragon
Resonate with the
Swarm!
earth.
Smash you! Hurricane strike!
Stalagmite.
Look sharp!
I'm not done! You're finished!
Falling power!
Bloody howling.
Hurricane strike!
You're mine!
Elusive deity.
Falling storm!
Resonate with the earth.
Strike!
Stalagmite.
Here!
On your knees.
Solar instant!
You're mine!
Flaming
No
meteor!
escape!
Radiant spear!
Take this! Strike!
Hurricane strike!
You're mine! No escape!
Out of anticipating firefighter! By the power of flame! Going in! Finish without a trace!
Take this!
Switch to offense!
No escape!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Begin!
Switch to offense!
Take this!
Far enough! By the power of hurricane strike!
You're mine!
Without a trace!
Air pressure. Resonate with the earth.
This one's all mine!
Lightning!
Burn!
Switch
Take this!
Flaming meteor!
Let me free you of your power. Megasonic thrust!
Healing circle!
Here's make it rain! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Retreat if you know what's
Take
good
this.
for you.
I'm not done!
I'm only getting started! Annihilation! By the power!
It's like trying to keep up to the wall!
Can't get out of this!
It's over!
Armor won't save you! Piercing
Take
roar! Slash!
I'm not!
Demon
Do
Knight!
You got me! In an instant! Impact Claw! Not a chance!
Hurricane
No
Blast!
escape!
with the earth!
It's over!
Ready! Mega Ray!
You're
Piercing
finished!
Bloody howling!
There!
One more! To the fray!
You're finished!
Nothing
There!
by me!
That's it!
By the power of flame!
Now or never!
Take this!
Hurricane
No escape!
All
Here I
yours!
come!
Falling storm!
Strike!
Explosion! Tiger Blade!
Here! The flame inside me!
Do it!
Yours to be let free!
Bloody howling! Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Let's dispose of the trash!
Engaging!
It's here! Discharge!
Elusive
Locked
deity!
and loaded!
I'm the true gunslinger around here!
Bring him down!
Hurricane Strike!
Take this!
I'm out of
Take
arrows!
this! Eat this! Damn it!
Fire!
No escape!
Mega
It's
Ray!
over! Dragon Form!
Piercing
Vacuum blade!
Resonate with the
By the
earth!
power of flame!
Flaming
Flaming meteor!
on your knees!
Radiant
Take this!
Let
me see what I can do!
Here goes!
Take this!
Mega
No
Ray!
escape! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Radiant
Take this!
here! This one's mine!
I'm ready!
Mirage!
Rotating pile driver!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Let's dispose of the trash.
I see going on!
Here's the healing art! First aid!
Read your moves like a book! I'm not
This one's
done!
mine!
It's over! It's almost too strong! Split it open! Be my guest! Strike! Dragon Form!
Radiant here! We'll soon see about that!
Take this!
Freeze! This one's mine!
Begin!
It's over!
Glacial Spear!
Elusive
This
deity!
one's mine! One more!
Dragon Form!
To make it rain!
You're finished!
All yours, Kisara!
Now! You're mine! No escape! Here I come! We're not finished! Ignite! Soaring No escape! You're finished!
I'm ready!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Looks like we got them all.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah, it was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion...